Hello everybody, welcome back to a Zero stream. I hope everyone is feeling well. I hope everyone's feeling healthy and well rested, as a lot of us in this area have been home a lot. Schools are being canceled, folks are working from home. Gives me a lot of time to catch up on sleep and spend time with the ratties and just get some drawing done. So I can't honestly complain. Hi Watcher Zigzagoon, how you doing? Thanks for coming by to the stream. What are we gonna do today? Well, last time I didn't quite finish this image that I was penning up, so I thought if we can get this done today, line art, color, a little bit of atmosphere. If it doesn't take all stream, then I hope I can draw some Pokemon requests from the chat in Animal Crossing style, which should be fun. Who here has been playing Animal Crossing? Not me, I can tell you that. I told myself I would finish this month's line art for Jet's Black Nuzlocke and the dialogue, but I might not wait till I finish the dialogue. I think for now it's just finish the line art for Jet's Black Nuzlocke before I get Animal Crossing. So that's my deal with myself. And I'm trying to go as fast as I can because I have a little brother, a little sister. I think they'll both be wanting to play as well. Don't want to keep them waiting too long. I did feel a little bad this Sunday because my sister invited a friend over and she wanted to use the Switch, and I'm like, girl, nah. Sunday is my day with the Switch. I know the Switch has been in my room all week, but I would have given it up any time that week except Sunday. Unfortunately, no can do, buckaroo. So I am close to finishing Pokemon Shield. If you don't know, I am playing through Pokemon Shield Nuzlocke, blind Nuzlocke on Sundays. And I am right before the champion match. And I know, Zigzagoon, I know you have been going to the streams, but for anyone who's tuning in later or, catching these on the replay, yeah, come on by on Sundays. Next Sunday might be the last one, depending on how long the post game is. Because we're going to start off next stream with the champion match. And see if we are ready to beat Leon. I've been hearing a lot of things about Leon. So I am a little bit worried. But we'll just see how it goes. Talking about like champion matches and stuff, a friend of mine, Mouse, has been doing another Black playthrough. all this champion talk has gotten me nostalgic for my old Jets Black Nuzlocke run. So I went and dug up the notes for the Elite Four. So the way I took notes was I have a little notebook that I wrote down like a play-by-play, not real play-by-play, how do you say it? Like just general what happened when sort of notes for the whole run. But then when I got to the Elite Four, that's when I did an actual play-by-play of each move as they happened. I wanted to remember that, you see, like, maybe use it exactly as it was in the comic, is what I had in mind. When I was playing through the run, Jets Black Nuzlocke, I had a very different kind of run, a different kind of story in mind. I might have been going under the assumption that everything was going to be more gag comic like, so it would have been potentially reasonable to expect that perhaps there would be a section where I just kind of showed each move in the battle just as it was, if it was interesting enough. Which it was, so I'm still not certain how I want to display it, but man, like reading through the notes, just skimming through it, started to make my blood pressure rise. I was like remembering that day, and let's just say I cannot wait till we get to that part of the comic. I do hope I do it justice. I lost 15 Pokemon in total. That means there was just 4 losses last round. I thought for sure there was 5. But yeah, it's a high number. I need to count up again total how many Pokemon I lost in Jets Black Nuzlocke and like do a comparison. Hi Virus, saying hi, thanks for streaming. I was super bored. Well, I am super glad you're here to join us, and glad I can be of some entertainment for y'alls in these trying times. I certainly enjoy these streams. They are a lot of fun, and they're productive. For me, at least. I don't know if you guys are doing anything productive while you watch, but I certainly come out of these streams with something that I can post, usually. I have been posting the Pokemon families a little bit more, and I am down to my last 2, so I shall have to start making more of those soon. So we shall see. There's a lot of other stuff for me to work on this month, so I might do one of those next stream, one of the other projects. But if not, certainly next month I will be doing mostly Pokemon families, just to build back up that buffer. People on DeviantArt seem to really enjoy seeing those, and I really enjoy making them, so it's been a while. When I do nothing but Pokemon families, it can feel a little tiresome. But after taking a break from it, I do get the itching to get on back. Get on back on the family train. You know, they're a lot of fun, actually. Well, just a heads up. Dragapult, the one with the stealth bomber for a head, is Dragon Ghost. Dragapult. That's an interesting name. I heard the name of Sobble's final evolution for the first time today. Something like Inteleon or something. It doesn't sound anything like a Sobble evolution, let me just tell you. Like, Inteleon sounds like some kind of ant, maybe a lion, maybe a Samawat kind of deal. It sounds almost like a dragon, maybe, or it just doesn't sound like what I would expect from a Sobble evolution. I still don't know what it looks like. So, in that regard, that's like one final bit of spoiler that I am avoiding is I'm looking forward to seeing it in our final match. So far, the only Pokemon I know of that Leon has, and keep in mind, I am going into this final champion match blind, so I have no idea what Pokemon he has, other than a Charizard, and it's gotta be an Inteleon. Like, he took the Sobble from the beginning, so, you know, it would just be, it would just make sense for him to have a Sobble evolution on his team. And then I guess, according to Zigzagoon, there is going to be a Dragon Ghost. So I can add that to the roster. But no more spoilers, as it were. I do want to go in as fair as possible. The rest of the run was blind, and therefore the champion match ought to be too. I love how Bug was like I was walking out to the champion match, and Bug was like, "You're absolutely prepared for this match," fully knowing that I would have to have a full team for this match. Like, I would have died. Everyone would have died if the story didn't cut us short. Oh. I did that as well for Sword. I used up practically an entire memory card doing it as well. Oh gosh. Howdy Virus. Hi Zig. How is the quarantine doing? Yeah. Well, it doesn't begin until midnight tomorrow. Obligatory quarantine. Not self-imposed. I'm at my house since last Monday. There's only obligatory quarantine at night. Wow. I don't think we are being forced to quarantine yet. At least if we are, I haven't gotten the news yet. I have mostly been at home. My mom has been like, really on me about staying home. Won't let me go to the store or anything. But I did have to go to work today to pick up my work computer so that I can continue to work from home. So I did go out today, and I made a stop at the Walmart just because. They still don't have any toilet paper. But I got some baby food for the rats. I didn't get any more meat baby food. I think maybe that would have been a mistake. I should have gotten another can of meat baby food. I just, like, I'm not sure how much of that they should be eating, and I don't want it to be the only, like, treat. Like, Duncan, my younger rat, he's pretty, good with, like, solid treats. He'll eat practically anything. He doesn't seem to like banana chips, surprisingly enough, though maybe I just haven't, like, tried to give it to him enough. But he'll take dried mealworms. He'll take dried pineapple and what is it called, papaya. He takes coconut shavings. Pretty much anything you stick in his face, he'll eat. There is something that he doesn't like. I can't remember what it is. He takes dried pasta very well. But that, like, he takes a while to eat, so if you give him a thing of dried pasta, he sort of chomps on it forever. There is something that when I hand it to him, he, like, doesn't want at all and will look for something better. I can't remember what it is right now. He doesn't like actual food. Like, I gave him some broccoli today and he wouldn't eat that. Gave him some apple slices and he wasn't a huge fan, like fresh apple slices. I picked up some dried apple crisps from the store, gonna see if they will eat that. They didn't like green bell peppers at all. They like strawberry, but I forgot to pick up strawberry. Domino, on the other hand, he only takes meat baby food. Like, of all the treats, he'll take meat baby food and he'll take Cheerios. And those are, like, the only ones he'll eat. So maybe I should have gotten some more meat baby food. Hopefully he'll also eat the baby food I got today. I got sweet potato flavor. I got mixed greens, which is basically carrot, green beans, and peas. And what was the last flavor I got? It was like macaroni and beef stew, I guess? Did I pick that one up? I know I looked at it. I don't remember if I bought that one. But that one has meat in it, I guess. So, if worse comes to worse, he'll at least have that, I hope. The meat baby food I've been using is chicken flavored. So I don't know if the beef is like, if he'll, like, turn his nose up at the different flavor. He's been rather a picky boy. Let's see. Think a blue anthropomorphic chameleon in a tuxedo. I want to see that. Wait, fudge. I just let the cat out of the bag. He's got a drag pole. I'll be silent for the rest. We really don't have an inch of hospital capacity as Italy, for example. Many people are pushing for a complete quarantine. I think it's probably, it's definitely for the best, but if the country wants to push for, like, an obligatory quarantine, I think they would have to, like, provide businesses with, like disaster funds so that they can pay their employees for not working. And the government hasn't decided to do that yet. Our state has issued a state of a state of emergency, which doesn't actually do anything for us. It just basically means the state can now communicate about it faster, easier, I don't know. with like past the red tape and all that. But as far as I know, we haven't been forced to stay at home yet, which thank goodness, because I am on my last 2 rolls of toilet paper. And haven't been able to get any more. I had half a jar of like hand sanitizer, which I brought home from work. Don't worry, it was hand sanitizer that I had bought myself. I like to buy stuff for the shop sometimes with my own money. And the hand sanitizer was like just something I'm like, a lot of people coming through, touching our prints, our desk and stuff. Might as well like have some of that. And no one really used it until like the coronavirus thing started going on, and then suddenly everyone was pumping the sanitizer, but we still ended up with half a jar left. And since the shop is closed for the rest of the semester, I decided to take it home, but I don't really want to use it. The problem is, if I get, hand sanitizer all over my hands, I can't interact with the rats, and I don't want to like encourage my family to use it, because washing your hands with soap is actually better than using hand sanitizer. So I don't know what to do with it. I just kind of brought it home because it's better at home than at the shop where nobody's going to be using it. But like, yeah, I'm like, not sure what the goal was. We really don't, last week I've been working on some drawings I'm really proud of. That Ash's Kanto cap, yeah. I think Wheeler, Pokemon Master Wheeler suggested I do an Ash cap, so I'm like, yeah! For a moment I thought of your Watchog as an anthro owl, just missing eyes. Is that a Purloin? Yes! I wanted to add a little cat on top of the vending machine. And I thought, why not? I don't know what she should be wearing, though. Maybe give her a bandana. That could be fun. I don't know. Or a high collar vest? Is that what someone else is wearing? That's that's what Fire Dog is wearing. Never mind. Okay, let's start working on the background. It's now the point of no return. Let's see. In terms of progress with the rats, though, it's been slow. It's been very slow progress. These rats are really timid, kind of skittish. If I move a little too fast, they get really like jumpy and run straight for their safety spot. But we've been making slow progress, which is good. Like I said, their preferences for treats is a little particular. but whenever I walk by, I try to stuff some treats in their face so they like have a good association. Today I was able to tempt them onto my hand, like laying my hand still in the cage without moving, and then like giving them a little treat and like luring them onto the hand so that they're standing on my hand when they're eating it. They don't really stand there eating it unless I have like the wet stuff. The meat baby food is good because they have to stay there and eat it. They can't like grab it and run away. And then with Duncan the younger, I was able to give him treats and so like have him eating the treats while I'm touching his back. So like they're very skittish about things moving above them and like on top of them, because that's where the predators come from, you know? They descend from above. But I was able to touch his back while he's eating the treat without him like running away. It's not straight. Hold on. Yeah, that's good enough. And I even gave him a few squeezes around the chest area. That's usually where you would be picking them up from. Yeah, I think that's good progress right there. He still won't let me, do that if he isn't eating a treat. He has to be eating a treat. He has to be bribed. Otherwise he won't let you touch him. But I think it's a good step forward. Before I could hardly even get him to come out to get the treat. So I'm feeling good about that. Animals are temperamental. People always say you gotta move at their pace, but I'm an impatient fellow. I need to see results. If I don't see anything happening, I start to like wonder if anything's happening, and then I start pushing a little too fast, and animals don't like that. So I need to remind myself. Hi, Tewos! Were you asking about PMD last week? I think because of what I've listened to PMD music this week. I'm in! Hello, Tewos! I am here! And very good. That's so good to hear. Grats on the progress. Yay, thank you, Tails! I was so worried. Last week, was it? I don't remember if it was last week or the week before. Did I tell you guys about the bathtub incident? I don't like these weeks have been blurring together because of the staying home all the time. Did I tell you guys about the virus? No, not the virus. The bathtub incident last week on stream, cuz I'll just tell it again, cuz so was it the first week? Anyway, so there's this thing called like tub free range. I don't know what it's called actually, but you basically put your rats in a bathtub or a bathroom or some kind of neutral space without a lot of hiding spots. And you basically sit in the tub or like in the space with them, and it's supposed to let them be able to crawl over you and like get used to you and stuff. So like soon after bringing them home, I let them into the bathtub. I just picked them up, you know, no big deal. Just scoop them right up, toss them in the bathtub. Duncan I had to like drag out of the tube, their favorite green tube. So I did have to drag him out, but I was able to get him out, and I had them in the bathtub, and they were fine. They were running around, you know, doing their thing. They didn't eat a lot of treats, but they were running around. So then, I forget if it was the day after or like 2 days after. I think it was the day after. I wanted to do that again because after the bathtub session, I saw like good progress. They weren't as skittish afterwards. They were like out and about. So I'm like, okay, let's do that again. It was a good time, I thought. So oh no, it was 2 days later, because then the day after I tried to get them out to do bathtub time again, but they seemed to want to stay in the cage, and so I just sat with them in the cage. I wasn't in the cage, I was outside the cage, but like I had my hand in the cage and stuff, okay? And it was great. They were like sniffing me, they were climbing on my arm, and stuff, like trying to climb on top of the cage, which was fun. So yeah, it was like a good time. So the day after, I'm like, okay, this is great. They were climbing on me. This will make it so much easier to like get them to the bathtub. So I used the meat baby food. I lured Domino onto my arm. So he like climbed on me of his own volition. And with him on my arm, I slowly stood up and I went to the bathroom. And I'm like, I had tried to get Duncan out first. I thought about this. I'm like, I tried to get Duncan out first because I knew he was going to be the more difficult of the two to get. Since I couldn't get him and Domino was already on my arm, I thought, you know what? Let me just do it with Domino by himself. He seems like he's the more outgoing of the two. He'll be fine, you know? Like, if I can get Domino to like me, then maybe Duncan will follow suit and come around a little faster if he sees, you know, his big brother doing the thing. So I went to the bathtub. I sat down in the tub this time. Last time I wasn't in the tub. I was just kind of on the outside of it. And I waited for Domino to get down so he can run around, and he just wouldn't. He was like petrified and just like sitting on my arm. So I'm like, that's weird. So I pick him up, I drop him in the tub, you know, gently. I place him in the tub, and he immediately runs behind me, like behind my back. I'm sitting against the bathtub, so there's like a, you know how the bathtub is like curved and stuff, it's not perfectly straight, so like there's a little bit of a space, I guess. He found his way there and like wedged himself there, and I'm like, no, that's no good. I'm gonna accidentally squish you or something. So I pick him up and I plop him down in the you know, the actual outside part of the tub, or like, you know, not outside the tub, but you know what I mean. And he was just not having it. He was trying to hide. He was not moving. He wasn't like scared of me because I was trying to get him to do something, so I was like petting him and stuff. But he just didn't want to do anything or like move around or stuff. So I'm like, okay, this is bad. I need to get his little friend in here. So I went to get Duncan, because last time it was Duncan and Domino together in the tub, and I guess like having the familiar friend along was what, you know, made it okay for them to be in that strange space. So I go to get the other one and couldn't get him out. You know, he's like wedged deep in that tube. So I'm like, okay. So I go back to the tub and I get Domino and I put him back in the cage. And he just like stared at me for a good like 5 minutes or so, maybe even longer. He just like sat there just absolutely offended. I can't tell if he was like mad at me or if he was just like traumatized, but like he didn't seem scared of me anymore. Like before then, he would run around the cage and like explore stuff, but then if I tried to move towards him, he'd run away, right? But after that session, he like if I reach out to touch him, he would just stand his ground. It was so weird. So yeah, he was not happy. And he almost like seemed like a different rat afterwards. Just the way that he was behaving. He like spent all of his time in the tube, and then when I took the tube out to try and get him to come out a little more, he found an even less comfortable spot between like the cage and the cage lining and like wedged himself in there. Like he could barely turn around. It was kind of hilarious, but also looked very uncomfortable and very sad. So like I put the tube back in. I'd rather him be able to like move and like not be claustrophobic and stuff, and there's no bedding in that area, so I didn't want him stuffed there and you know messing on that spot. In any case, so he's been having a week. Like this week has been rough on Domino. But he's finally I've blocked off that little area so he can't get there anymore, and I've put back the green tube. So he's doing a little better. Don't think so. 3DS game I haven't played some really good music. I only missed out on one game, and it's Skates to Infinity. Oh geez, I remember the dragging. Yeah, has to play PMD Sky again since I've recently bought it. The first time I emulated it. Yeah, so if you guys are wondering, yes, I did manage to get the rat cam set up. No, we probably won't be seeing it today because they are still in their hidey hole being very antisocial. But I do have it pulled up on my other screen, so if they do come out, I will switch over and we can take a look at what they have to say. If indeed they decide to grace us with their presence, which I have low hopes for. Next week I might save the baby food and put a bunch in their cage, like in a bowl or something, maybe. That could potentially lure them out. But they eat baby food so fast. It would be like basically they'd come out to lick up the baby food, and then once it's gone, they'd be gone. So I don't know what to do about that. I do hear them chewing on something. I think maybe they might have gotten a hold of some pasta, or maybe they're chewing on their wood. So I haven't been playing Animal Crossing since I haven't finished the line art for my next episode. Has anyone else here been playing Animal Crossing? Anyone else got into the crossing game yet? Honestly, I still haven't thought of a town name. There's this cute little cartoon, this like Australian cartoon called Bluey that I've been watching. And it's adorable, and there's one episode where they have this like imaginary island called Rug Island, and they basically just it's like a Stranded Island episode, but everything is make-believe. And it's really cute. Their rug is like this kiwi. It's colored like a kiwi. I love the look of kiwi. It's one of the prettiest fruits in my opinion. So yeah, I was considering just calling it Rug Island, which would be cute, but literally no one else would understand the reference. Also, I do have 2 siblings who will be also living on that island, so we need to all come to a consensus. My hope is that each of us will bring an option, and then we'll like vote on which one we like. So it's possible whatever name I come up with won't even be the name of the island, but you know, I want to at least come in with an option. I do not like having the name of something be too what's it called? Too like highbrow. Is that the word for it? You know, like naming something. My last town was kind of one of these names. I called it Avalon after the island of apples from King Arthur mythology. And it's just so like, oh, Avalon. You know, like if I play a game like Legend of Zelda and the world is called Hyrule, and you go to like, you know, the what's another what's another Zelda area? I don't actually know what any Zelda areas are called, but like I wouldn't name my town Hyrule. It just seems too fantasy, too epic. I think that's the word. I don't want it to sound epic. I like it to sound like it's an actual town or an actual island, and I want it to sound a little silly, like to match the aesthetic of the world. So like my first town's name was Ashwood Town. I really liked that name as a kid. Not sure why I liked it so much, but I thought it was like a really cool name. I took like, I think at least 1 hour, maybe an hour and a half to come up with that name when I first started playing. And so like, I was kind of wondering if I wanted to continue to name my town with the suffix wood, and one of the names, I think I've talked about this, but like one of the names was Amberwood, which sounds really nice, but I think it also sounds a little too cool. It's a little too cool, you know? Amberwood. It's like, are you trying to go for something here? Yeah. I don't know what to name myself either. Please make 2 dots under the glasses and you'll see an owl. Under the glasses? Oh! Like this is the beak? You're right. You're not wrong. It's so frustrating when I can hear them and I can't see them. I'm talking about the rats. You know, actually, I used to emulate Red Rescue Team. Time was the first game I actually owned legitimately. I think the first game I owned legitimately was Red, and I never finished it. Emulated Red and then traded my Zolda Phantom Hourglass for PMD Blue. In any case, still haven't got a title for my sword story. Yes, I am bringing this up again because I'm hopeless. Maybe cut it out, cause it's a sword and you can't talk. I have not been playing Animal Crossing. Yo, Wheeler! Sorry, AC seems really cute, but makes me drowsy to play it. That's fair. It's a very particular kind of gameplay that isn't necessarily for everyone. I don't know why I have owned every single Animal Crossing game. I'm never the one to, like, buy every version of a thing. I don't get both versions of Pokemon games when they come out, and I have not played every single generation. But for some reason with Animal Crossing, I had the GameCube Animal Crossing, Wild World, City Folk, New Leaf. I even got the little Happy Home Designer. Like, what's wrong with me? I don't play it that much. I'm just throwing away money at this point. But, oh no, a new Animal Crossing game came out. I'm gonna buy it. I think I have some kind of addiction. It's some kind of problem that I need to kick. But as of now, it's just another thing that's going on the Switch. Shoot, I haven't even, finished. Forget about finish. I haven't even found time to play Hollow Knight much. Like, I keep watching, my friends play, and it makes me itchy to play it, but then I'm like, oh no, I have to either, grind in a shield, or I have to, draw, or, I got work to do, or there's always something else, you know? Something else that I gotta do other than play video game. And Hollow Knight at least has some kind of semblance of a story, or if not story, progression. You can, get from point A to point B, and you can get good. Animal Crossing is literally just a time waster of a game. It's there to have fun in. And so it's like, this isn't really the kind of game I'm in the market for right now. I need something tangible to, complete, but Animal Crossing has always been so much fun for me. At least the first part of it. Eventually, I will fall off of playing Animal Crossing. When the daily grind starts to be repetitive, or, when it becomes log on, do the same 3 things and then get off, then I usually stop playing. But I always enjoy starting a new town in Animal Crossing. And I play Animal Crossing pretty much the same way I play Pokemon, in that I will make one file, I will start one account, and that's just going to be the account. Never ever restart Animal Crossing. I am this character and I live here now. The one time we did restart a town was City Folk, because we really just stopped playing it, absolutely, not going back. So me and my brother were like, you know what, why don't we, restart it and see if we can jump back in. And I was, saving screenshots of everything. I was it felt like I was Sonic leaving Earth, just goodbye cave. And then after we restarted it, there, the spark wasn't there. It just, you couldn't recapture coming to a new game, a new town, a new world, like that. It just felt like we were like we were coming back to an old town that we used to live in, only nobody we know is here anymore, and like we don't look the same, our house is different, and you know, it's just not, it wasn't right. So I'm looking to sell my City Folk game thing. I don't know where Wild World is. I might have already sold it, or it's also on the pile to be sold. I just don't know where it is. Never getting rid of GameCube Animal Crossing. That stuff is still good. And I will probably return to it someday to check it out. New Leaf, I haven't decided. I'd like to hold on to New Leaf, but I don't know if I will go back to playing it after I start New Horizons. Because in addition to, like, not being able to restart an Animal Crossing game, once I get a new Animal Crossing game, I don't usually find myself returning to the older ones. You know, like, what's the point of playing the original Animal Crossing if you have New Leaf? For me, there isn't really any. I live in an Animal Crossing world. And that's usually just the most recent one. If I can... And, oh my goodness, if I boot up Animal Crossing, I have decided to say goodbye to, like, a good 3 hours of my day. So, like, if I can spend 3 hours just putzing around in New Leaf, why would I then, like, spend another 3 hours going back to the original Animal Crossing? It just don't make no sense. So, yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna do with New Leaf now that we have, or now that we as a human race has a new Animal Crossing game. I shall just have to see, I suppose. Oh my goodness. Hello, Rat Skull! Yes, well, I am talking a little bit about Animal Crossing, though I haven't gotten it yet. Hopefully this week. Maybe. I don't know yet. AC seems okay. Late, because I had one episode of the Lola anime left and I wanted to finish it. That's valid. And I have the new Animal Crossing. Yeah! Rat Skull, how goes it? Hi, Zigzagoon. It's pretty alright. What about you? Well, tomorrow at midnight, my province is going into a shutdown. Maybe even the whole country. 14-day quarantine. Oh my goodness. That is scary. Yeah, school is shut down till the summer. Heavy stuff. Yikes. Till summer. Yeah, the whole semester. Exactly. Oh, wow. But that's a heavy topic for a stream. Hoot hoot. If we're talking about town names, name my first town Mordor. My second one was Red Cove. Oh, I like that one. New Horizons town is Honeygrove. That's a cute name too. I like Red Cove and Honeygrove. Is that supposed to be a pun, Tyler? Are you telling me to stop with the topic with a pun? No, it was a pun title. I was being facetious, but also like I wanted to make a pun. You can absolutely keep talking about your run. Don't ever let me stop you. I'm guessing it's the former Animal Crossing only exists for the serotonin. It's a chemical that plays a part in happiness, well-being, just a joke. Like the Leafeon. Finger snap, I think I have a title. Silent Virtue. Oh, that's a good one. Hey, that's a really good, cool title. Silent for Quinn's being mute. Virtue for swords? Because it sounds cool. If you think of it, if you remember what the reason is, make sure you write it down, or else you're definitely going to forget about it again. Like, I've lost so many ideas because I'm like, I'll remember it, and then I just don't. It's like, it'll be the most obvious thing. It's like, oh, that's a good idea. I'll definitely remember it. Nope. One night's sleep and it's all gone. But hey, I think that's a really cool title. I sometimes wonder what my comic's title should be if I didn't have just a generic main character Nuzlocke version. No wait, main character version Nuzlocke. You know that like Locke, Leaf Green Nuzlocke, Jet Black Nuzlocke, that kind of like naming convention. Yeah, like what if I had an actual title? And then I get like I get bogged down with like too many choices and I just like give up. At least mine is a little bit of a pun since like jet black, like the color, and also her name, her like last name is literally black because I'm not creative. Okay, so those are the stoplights. I'm gonna put another building here. And another building here. I don't like using the straight edge tool for lines, even if they're like supposed to be straight lines. Unless I'm gonna like really dedicate and get all of the what's it called? The perspective down pat. It just makes it super obvious when things aren't in perspective. Also makes the world a little too mechanical. If I freehand the straight lines, it kind of comes out a little wobbly, which gives it a bit of a charm, a bit of a organicness to it, even if it's like a building. And I can actually get away with it since I have a Cintiq, so it's roughly like drawing with on an actual piece of paper. I don't think I would have tried to do this if I had my Bamboo tablet still or my Intuos, but at least back then I had Photoshop, so like I could just press shift and draw a straight line. And the nice thing about that is even though you're drawing a straight line, you can still vary the line thickness. So your line is going straight, but you can make it appear a little more organic by not making it perfectly uniform, which actually will look a little better than a freehand line like this. Like I definitely want these to be straight up and down, but I'm not about to get the ruler tool. That's a whole nother click I have to do, and then I have to throw it away afterwards. Just can't be bothered. I wanna draw a balcony up here. You know, another life sim game that I've been meaning to replay though is Stardew Valley. I heard there was like an update that added a lot of content, so I wanted to restart that from the beginning. I don't know if how that'll go, cause while Stardew Valley is a little bit like Animal Crossing, it's more like Harvest Moon, and Harvest Moon I have restarted before and like played from the beginning. But then again, Harvest Moon is a lot less involved. It's a lot more linear, like the way it controls your progress and stuff. And in a game where you can like actually mess up by like missing certain events at a certain times, I think those games I'm more inclined to like replay. LMAO, story of my life, forget and regret. Knights followed a virtuous code. Yeah, there you go. Knights in shining armor. Pokemon Yellow Nostalgia Log. Yeah, exactly. Classic mood of a title there. Jets Black Nuzlocke is a cool name cause it's kind of like a pun. Always thought it was memorable. Oh, thank you. You said the same thing. Yeah, I'm glad it comes across without me having to explain it. Yes, I'm not creative when it comes to names or like, yeah, I guess just names in general. Protagonists are Ash asks Pikachu and me. Ah! I mean, you know, using Ash is actually a bit unique in the Nuzlocke community. You don't often see people just straight up having Ash as their protagonist. Everyone wants to be the star of their own story. Instead of trying to conform to the anime. Probably not a good idea to have a glass window wrap around into an alleyway, but maybe that's just a wall. Maybe I'll wall that off. It's just a wall. There's no window on that side. This is so that you can see into the whatever this is. Maybe it's a restaurant. Let me bring this up slightly. Like this. Maybe it's a bakery. Le Pain. There, it's a bakery. Every bakery has a giant loaf of bread above their door, right? How else would you be able to tell? Have like giant loaves of bread, fresh from the oven. Maybe like a container here with like long baguettes in there, like that. Maybe like a loaf here, and then there's a little sign hanging from the top here. And then maybe in the back you see like shelves and shelves, just like stuff. I don't know what the stuff is, but there's stuff. There's a store. What's above the store? We got architecture. Let's put in some bricks. There. We got a little plant here, maybe. Sure, why not? This is a door that opens like this. I feel they look weird with the straight line tool. It can be hard to make straight lines fit with the organic line art, yeah. My creativity is at its prime when it comes to character creation, but story, that is a bit tricky. Oh man, that is a mood. You're valid having overseas you love, but struggling with the plot is hard. But the anime is the best, so of course I'm gonna try and conform to it. Yeah! Nice. Yeah, I mean, like, I have a ton of just characters. Especially when I was a kid, I would like pump out characters and character backstories, but never like actual stories. When it came to like actual stories, I would just blank out. Couldn't do it. I couldn't really like for some reason, I couldn't just take the backstory and turn it into a story. I could never do that. It always had to be like, oh no, that happened in the past. I think because if it was a backstory, you could have sort of an element of mystery. Like, you didn't have to fill in all of the blanks. You didn't have to consider it as like a conflict being resolved. And honestly, you didn't even have to, like, have a finished character arc, because then the character is supposed to continue in the actual story. But, I don't know. Okay, I don't know what angle this is supposed to be, but it's gonna be a dramatic angle, and then by the time it gets down here, it's pretty much straight. I think that works out all right. Oops. Wait, I missed something. There's not actually any perspective going on in this piece. It's just all make-believe perspective. Just eyeballing, and when it all comes together, it's supposed to make sort of a cluttered noise. It's supposed to come across as like a cluttered noise in the background that you're not necessarily supposed to pay attention to, but like together, hopefully it like gives the sense that this is a world that is like occupied and stuff. That's my favorite kind of background to do, is just stick things everywhere and hope people don't pay attention. Now, the funner version of this is to actually have like Easter eggs. But who's got time to think of Easter eggs? I mean, come on. I'm trying to get this done. I don't have time. What are you talking about? Okay, I need this to be longer, I guess. This needs to go past that. Because I don't want to draw a line there. Goodness. It's a bit of a mess. I think this line needs to be fixed. This line is forcing it to be a steeper angle. So I can make it follow the rest of them. Just like that, maybe? Okay. Honestly, though, when I was a kid, there was nothing more fun than taking actual cartoons or anime and stuff, and then imagining my own characters in that world, interacting with the characters. I had a wolf OC named Diego. And I say wolf, but you know, he kind of looked like a husky. The thing with Diego was he was some kind of chosen one prophecy creature, because I read a lot of stories like that when I was that age. You know, you got Harry Potter, you got The Sight. It was definitely like based heavily on the prophecy from The Sight, where he was like he was destined to like fight his brother or something who was destined to be evil or whatever. And in order to do that, because his brother was going to be like the ultimate evil or something, he had to journey to different worlds to like learn skills and form connections and stuff. And that was my excuse to say, okay, so now he's in the Rurouni Kenshin world, and this is where he learns how to be like the greatest swordsman. And now he's in Dragon Ball Z, where he learns how to fly and like use ki. And now he's in whatever, like what was another one that I really liked doing? I think it was like Princess Mononoke. He would be in that one a lot too, where he just like learns compassion or something, or like nature, or I don't know. He like learns something from everything. And and that was it. Like, this was before I even knew about Tsubasa Chronicles. The whole go into different worlds thing. Oh, he was in Samurai Jack too. And like, he would never really, how do I say it? Like, he would be involved but not involved in the story. Like, he would be the one to maybe call the good guy over because they didn't know where to go to, like, to rescue their friends or something, or he would like help them defeat the bad guy, but he would never like try and take over the story, because I still wanted like the story to happen the way it was supposed to happen. But I would just stay up at night like replaying scenarios in my head, but like inserting him. Like, back when Rurouni Kenshin was playing on Toonami, I think it was like either once a day, like one episode a day, or maybe it was it couldn't have been one episode a week. I would have died. But it was like you watched one episode and then you had time to sit on it. You know, like you had to digest it because you didn't have anything else. I think he was also in Cyborg 009. That was another one I really liked. And then G Gundam. All of those Toonami shows basically was around the time when I was imagining my little wolf boy. Yeah, Tails knows what I'm talking about. I remember doing stuff like that as a kid. Let me see what I miss. That's why I just throw a bunch of characters in a room, make them write their own story. When you have characters that are, like, well fleshed out and stuff, potentially you should be able to just throw them in a room and have them, like, interact and you know, like, give them a conflict and just watch how they react to it. My problem was I was so bad at, like, conversation that I couldn't even write dialogue. I didn't know how people talked to each other, so, like, writing that between characters was atrocious. I remember one time for NaNoWriMo, I tried to take basically that scenario, like, just throw them in a room and, like, have them write their own story. I tossed two of my characters in, like, a motel room. They were, like, running from something, and I just wanted them to have some banter, please. Can I get some banter up in here? And it was the most stilted, boring, like, nobody wants to read this. I don't want to write this. It was bad. I don't know if this is how these fire escapes look in real life, but that's how they're gonna look in this world. Just ladders going down. Just ladders going down. That's how I'm gonna do it. I'm not looking up reference, no sirree, Bob. Okay. Put this one's like attached to something on the wall, and then you like drop it, and then you can like climb down it. That's the idea. That's the idea. But I don't know, this one is definitely not long enough, but if it drops down to like here, then you can like hop off, so it'll be fine. You're not gonna die if it catches on fire. Hopefully. Maybe I can put some like graffiti on this wall back here. That could be fun. When I went to visit a friend on that Saturday that I I picked up my rats. There were a lot of graffiti work on the walls, like really intricate paintings and stuff. I'm just like, how do they do that? Because, like, ostensibly, I would imagine graffiti is illegal, so you can't, like, sit there painting for very long. And if you're doing it at night, when people won't catch you, and it's, like, a busy area. But, then I think I was told that there's an art college nearby, so it's possible that they actually did get the blessing from the town to, like, beautify the town with the street art. So, who knows? Remember this? Poor Bede. I remember being a kid who loved to make characters, but genuinely didn't understand what plots were. I remember just making a timeline with a bunch of random events, because I was too young to understand that the movies I watched had morals, lessons, themes, so I couldn't grasp adding it to my own story. It's weird thinking back on that mentality now. Is that so? Maybe try something else you can do with a lot of characters, like a game, or a comic without plot, like gags. It was in the past that I struggled that way, but that still sounds like a cool idea. Yeah, that is a really cool idea. I like gag comics. Definitely imagine my characters going in the anime and interacting with those characters. Purely character-driven, free-form stuff can be fun. Fun fact, my Heroes of Hoenn protagonist is actually the character I imagined traveling alongside Ash back in the day. That's awesome! And now you have the power to, like, make it real. That's awesome. I like that. The best characters are one that have been cooking in your head for years. Remember doing stuff like that as a kid. Hoy Tales, Big Oof, silly banter, specialty, dialogue rough, dialogue is tough. Dialogue is... where is the stuff? I can't I can't rhyme, but can be the most rewarding. I feel like dialogue in comics can be slightly more forgiving because its delivery is added by expressions. Yeah, it's definitely more forgiving. That's how I've survived this long. I mean, I have to, like, be real with you guys. I do not have dialogue completely written most of the time for my comic when I'm drawing the panels. I don't. I can't, like, think of actual dialogue if I don't have an actual scene to, like, stick it in. So I just, like, unless it's a dialogue heavy scene, or not dialogue heavy, unless it's a dialogue driven scene, like, for instance, the Ferris wheel scene. Like, that scene was dialogue driven because the dialogue was the point. It had to, have certain beats that it hits, and then, like, I wouldn't know where to draw, like, how many bubbles to draw and stuff. So I did write out a script. I wrote out dialogue for that scene before I started sketching. And even then I had, like, a few panels where I'm like, there should be some kind of break here where someone says something, but I don't know what yet. But, like, for other scenes, I might be like, okay, so this character is going to show up and tell this character this information. And then I just kind of draw it, and then I'm like, I know this character is going to give this information, and it's supposed to make that character feel like this. So I draw that character feeling like that, and I draw the character, like, explaining, and then later, because I see how the characters are, like, reacting, I can stick in some dialogue. Like, just sitting down and drawing out dialogue just never really works like writing out dialogue on a blank Word document or something, it just never quite works for me. And it's a bad habit. I really need to kick it. I need to, like, get into the habit of writing dialogue before drawing, but, like, it's so hard. I should have taken a creative writing class or something when I was in school. In terms of, like, not having a plot, though, I just watched in a video essay today about Western versus Eastern storytelling and, like, how they're different. It was pretty interesting. Apparently, more often than not, stories in the West are, like, plot-driven, but in the East, you don't always need a plot. Like, you don't always need a conflict. They kind of went through and stated that a lot of stories, like Star Wars, I think, was one that they had. I forgot the other examples, but, like, they had some examples where it's like if you took out the central conflict, the story would fall apart, like the movie wouldn't work. Whereas in Eastern stories, they're like, if you took out the main conflict, the premise is still there. The premise being like in Death Note, it's kid finds a Death Note. What does he do with it and stuff like that? And I had never thought about that before. I guess it's like if you think about you know, two classics. You got Journey to the West, and you got Odysseus's, like, journey home in the Odyssey. You know, Odysseus starts out, there's a conflict. Some god, I think it was like Poseidon, gets pissed off and, like, sends Odysseus away from home, and then he has to get home or else his wife's gonna, like, have to marry someone else or something like that. It's been a long time since I've read the Odyssey, but there's, like, some kind of conflict that needs to be resolved by the hero. Whereas in Journey to the West, it's just go west, young man. Haven't you been told? And it's not like you have to get the sutras or else the world will end or something. It's just, this is your task. Go do the thing. And then stuff happens along the way. Though I haven't thought about it very long. I just watched the essay today. I feel like everything's still basically conflict driven, right? Like, yes, they need to go west, but then each, like, individual story, like each episodic story has its own conflict, I think. Does it? Actually, you know, maybe each one individual conflict doesn't really have much of a each individual plot doesn't really have much of a conflict either, now that I'm thinking about it. It's been a long time since I've seen Journey to the West. Or, like, take Death Note, I guess. So, like, in Death Note, that's one of the examples he brought up. He's like, the premise is the super smart student picks up a notebook that can kill people. What does he do? And he's saying that's, like, the premise. The conflict being L and like, Japan basically trying to find him. But he said without L, the premise would still be there. And it's like, yes, but would the story be there? Because that's, like, That's the main crux, right? Is them trying to find him. Or let me think about this. If in Star Wars... Okay, let's not talk about Star Wars because I haven't seen Star Wars, even though that was the example he gave. Let me think of another movie. Let's take gosh, what's a Western movie that I really like? Pirates of the Caribbean, I guess. So like in Pirates of the Caribbean, what's the conflict? The conflict is Elizabeth gets kidnapped by pirates, I guess. Or is it Jack Sparrow wants his boat? Or is it the pirates need to not be immortal anymore? Or is it Will likes Elizabeth and is too shy to say anything, and she's going to marry Commodore Norrington, and he's gonna be sad, boo-hoo. I don't know. Maybe it's all of them. I think that's what makes it a great movie. It's like there's so many different moving parts. Moving parts, because it's a movie. Let's go with Elizabeth gets kidnapped, okay? So like, if Elizabeth didn't get kidnapped, the pirates... If Elizabeth didn't get kidnapped, then Will would have no reason to go after her, so he would never have freed Jack Sparrow, and so Jack would never have gotten his ship back, and the pirates wouldn't have broke their curse because Will had to be there for them to break their curse. I think is the idea. So I don't know. I'm not smart enough to do media analysis. I need that guy to like do another video analyzing movies that I actually know. No, whenever I watch analysis videos like that, I do take it with a grain of salt, because it's like you can you know, look at stories through a lens and like put them in boxes to try and understand better what goes on in the creator's mind and how stories work and what we can take from them. But at the end of the day, not every creator like thinks that deep about their work, and it's whatever you take away from it. It's like when I heard someone say that the hero's journey is not a recipe for writing a story. It's a window through which to view stories. That kind of like that lifted some kind of veil that I had over my eyes, because I was thinking like, oh, hero's journey, 3-act structure, tropes and stuff. These are all elements that should be in stories, so I can Google up a list of these things and like put them in a story and I'll have a good story. I need to like have the 3-act structure on my like refrigerator door, and like I need to write through that. It's like a checklist, you know, hero's journey checklist. Am I in the crossing the threshold stage, or am I still in my ordinary world? And they're like, no, you write like, it's just a way to understand and process stories, but stories aren't told by following a formula. And I was just like, whoa! That was something I needed to hear. And don't get me wrong, I still go to TV tropes when I get story stuck, and it's just a nice place to sort of get inspired. You know, I'm not looking for, I mean, I am looking for an easy way out, but I know I'm not gonna find it, is the thing. But just like reading inspires you to write, looking at art inspires you to draw, watching movies inspires a lot of things because movies is a faceted media. But like, I love how TV tropes not only gives language to story elements and tropes and things that, you know, are pretty intangible at times, but also has this amazing collection where they take everything in the world, every media that's ever been made, and like categorizes it under those tropes. Like not so much categorizes, but like points out examples of the tropes in actual media. That to me is the greatest thing that TV tropes offers, is that it doesn't just sit there and like put like silly names to these story elements, but provides examples of them. It's been a while since I've visited my TV tropes page. I think that was one of my favorite, my most proudest moment, my dream come true moment, when I found out someone had put Jets Black Nuzlocke on TV tropes without me asking. I was over the moon that day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I feel like I need to script everything before drawing because my anxiety over getting stumped is so intense. I admire that you can manage to put it in after. Oh, don't get me wrong. I am always stumped when I'm trying to put in the dialogue. I write myself into corners all the time, and the anxiety is intense when you're trying to do dialogue. And for me, that's like my weakest, you know, the weakest element that I have to do, I think, for the comic. Doing that, but not just doing that, but like at the end of the month when the deadline is approaching is the worst time to do something that you're weak in. Which is why I'm hoping to do dialogue first thing next month. My goal is to have the line art done before I get New Horizons. And I would love to have the dialogue done this month. But if not, I at least have a whole month to do it. Because I'm gonna get the dialogue done before I color and do background this time. Usually I do it last because I spend so much time just wasting away in Margaritaville. Wasting away again in Margaritaville. Just trying to think of what to write that I don't get anything done, and it makes me feel like I'm wasting time when I could be doing something like coloring or backgrounds or something like that, you know? So like I'll see if that helps at all. Maybe that's what I'll call my town in Animal Crossing. I'll call it Margaritaville. Searching for my lost shaker of salt. Now my character's name was Salt in New Leaf. Put some berries in this one. Okay. What else? What other berries are there? I think there's, not so much what other berries are there, but like what other berries can I remember from the top of my head? I don't actually know what berries look like. I only know oran berries, and I know lepa berries. And that's where my berry knowledge ends. I think there was one that looks like this. I think it's called a figgy berry. It would be nice if I could put all the normal stat berries. Let's see if I can remember them. Asper makes you unfreeze. Cherry cures paralysis? Oh, gosh. Pecha! Pecha berries. Let me put some in. That's a good one. I just forgot. Pecha berries cures poison. I know Pecha berries. I just forgot about them. Lepa berries gives you back PP. Citrus berries cures HP. Oran berries cures less HP. Persim berries cures confusion. Oh, I know what I know what persim berries look like. I used to have a character named Luke. He was a Spinda, and unlike other Spinda who would just spin to confuse other people, he actually suffered from like dizziness. So he had to take persim berry like medicine, I guess. So I drew persim berries quite a lot. I'm surprised I forgot those. What should this one have? What if it had like Pokeballs? I don't know what would be in the Pokeballs, but like why not? Just have to have something. Maybe they're like capsules that have candy inside. I don't know. Or like toys or something. Though I guess you don't usually get toy vending machines, toys from vending machines out of the same vending machine that you get like food and drink out of. Oh, whatever. Let's just put some chips down here. I was looking for my favorite chips today and I couldn't find them. If you've ever had the Grandma Utz's. Grandma Utz. Those are my favorite. Put a manhole cover in the middle of the street. Because why not? Maybe that's it. Maybe that's... Oh no, I got some posters. Oops! Some posters up here. Maybe I should put some detail in the stores here. So what would this be? Maybe this is some kind of, I don't know. But it's got a bunny on the front. Let's see. Maybe it's a toy store. Maybe it's got like big old Snorlax doll. Train, maybe. Gotta, you know. And then I don't know, danglies. We got some, maybe something hanging from here. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like a pawn shop or something. It's got everything. You got a big old box. Just a box of something. Okay, and then maybe, shoot, what should go in here? Oh, the anime uses peka berries as the default snack berry since they're sweet. That's cute. I think cherry berries are spicy, right? Because they're red. I wonder if they just taste straight up like a peach. Love that you added Purloid. Yeah. Maybe I should give her pants. Shorts, maybe? Knee pads? Maybe she's got like a skateboard. I don't know what skateboards look like. I've always wanted a skateboard. I used to have one as a kid, but I think I left it on the side of the road one time, and the like trash people thought it was trash and took it away. But like I've always wanted to get myself another one, but every time I go to the store and I see the skateboards, they're just way too expensive. It's just way too expensive for something I'm never gonna use. I don't want a skateboard. I just want to own a skateboard, so I can like, I don't know, like push myself around on it now and then, or like have the potential of skateboarding, but not to actually. I think there used to be quite a big skateboarding community in my area. There's a pretty hot half pipe somewhere, but I don't know, I think something happened to it. Um... Let's put a thing of trash up here, why not? It's the city, everything's grimy and you know... Doesn't quite look like trash. Would people put their trash on top of a vending machine? That might be a little weird. But it just helps break up the scene, I think. I need to put something in this building. Come on, what other buildings? What other kind of buildings are there? I don't want to draw a clothes shop, but I guess I could. Like, that's glass, right? And you got, like... some mannequins in the window. Is that a little weird? That's a little weird. Never mind. Back. Maybe it's a restaurant. Let's do a restaurant. So, like, they have a potted plant. They have... Who should be eating inside? Let me think. Give me an oranberry any day. I always thought to myself that oranberries must taste like blueberries, because that's just what they look like. They just like look like really big blueberries. Could paint and sell skateboards? Oh shucks. I need to get this review and analysis thing for the last season of a written Pulsa Naive. Do 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 do. Do do. Maybe like a cafe. So not like a fancy sit-down restaurant, but like... So like... Got a little barista here. Got the cash register. Did they put the baristas on the cash register, or is that a different person? And then... guy ordering. And, we probably have, like, bottles of stuff up here. And, continued here. And they have, like, a menu up here. And, maybe like some abstract art up here. Got like machines. Could also be like a fast food place. I don't know what cafes and stuff look like, but yeah, there we go. I think that's it for the line art, I'd say. Now, gonna put in some texture for the stonework, and then stick some color on this. Maybe I don't need texture on the sidewalk. I don't even know what this is. Is this a sidewalk or is it a road? It's there's a traffic light over there, but I didn't there's no like median. I'll put that in later. Okay, for now, let's just throw in the local color for the characters that we know. Sir Francis. Got your brown. Got your orange. What else you got? Got your red. And yellow. Uh-oh. Fire Dog's, yellow is all blocked off. Can't see none of Fire Dog's yellow, so... just put in his browns and his whites. Oh wait, there's some yellow right here. Browns and... I think everything else is white on him. His feet. I do want to fix this actually. Hold on. Okay. Well shoot, I didn't like come up with colors for any of their clothes, so that's gonna be an interesting Not a fancy sit-down restaurant, but maybe a place to get some curry and coffee. Oh yeah. Maybe they're red shades. They look fake when I color them red like that. Or some malaseta. Is that how you say it? For some reason, I always thought she had, like, white on her bum. But now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think she does. I don't think she does. But you know what? I'll figure that out later. just gonna leave it like that. And if it's not the case, I'll figure it out later. Okay, well, first of all, easy peasy. Let's just color in her jean jacket, because we know it's going to be a denim color. Just throw that on. Don't have to think too hard on that. And then, of course, the hat will probably be like a tan, because that's what color I always put for cowboy hats. Uh-oh, what's this line? What the devil is this line? Let me make an accidental line just right through. I think technically her outfit's supposed to be based on, what's her name? Serena, was it? So I guess I should look up what Serena's outfit looks like. Uh-oh. Well, now I'm in a bit of trouble because the dress is red and July is red, so that cannot to be. But I will color the sash red, and I guess I can color the bow blue, because she does have a blue bow. And I guess we can go with pink. Let's see if pink, like a muted, warm, peachy pink. Make it a little peachy. A little more peachy. Maybe the whole thing. She's got a little pink dress with a denim jacket on. What if I made the bow blue? I mean the sash blue? Or the dress blue? Or just the whole thing blue? No, that's too much. Probably go with like this color for that. We can come back to that later. Oh, I forgot Plasma Cat over here. Try to remember her colors. I think that's how it goes. I think like that, like that. Yes. And then green for the eyes. Okie dokie. Make the skirt black. That's That's Future Zero's problem. What is this line? Me coloring every page of my comic. Make the shirt black too. Huh. Make it all one color. Well, whatever colors you go with, July is adorable. Kind of want to maybe make this little bow pink too to match the sash. Does pink go well or blue? I think pink. I like pink. But I don't want the sash to be one color and the bow to be another color, so I'm gonna make them both pink. Pink and black is a nice combination. I like that combination. And I'm gonna use that black on Kitty up here. Let's give some dimension to these knee pads, shall we? And let's see, knee pads. Let's just color this part black and color this part gray and be like a lighter gray. And let's make your jacket like a darker version of your eyes with light fuzz. And I want the shirt to be a plaid. What color plaid should the shirt be? Maybe orange? Let me find... Where's Percy's hair? Try this color. Is that weird? Bye, Virus. Have a nice week as well. Thanks for coming. Sukban aesthetic. Sukiban. I don't know what that is. Oh, I guess he means the black and the pink. Yes. Oh, I just realized this color green is the color of trash bags. Perfect. Just blends right in, don't ya? Okay, fix the angle of these glasses. These goggles, I mean. And then, what color are goggles even? I would imagine just kind of a gray. Just a gray and white. Maybe. And then some kind of brown for the strap. Oopsies. Maybe fire dog straps. Oh, and then lily colored. No, not that color. This color. Lily colored hat and jacket. And scarf. Maybe no, maybe fire dog colored scarf. And maybe fire dog colored jacket. I don't like that color for the... Get that major colors. There you go. There you go, little dog. Not sold on the scarf quite yet. Let me see if Skyla has any colors to offer us. Oh, maybe jet colored scarf? This color? No. I'm just gonna leave it like that for now. I'm thinking a pale, colorful sort of shirt for Sir Francis. Something like that. And then like a pink. Let's find a pink for the petals. What are... Oh, those are buttons. I'm like, what are these dots? They are buttons, of course. Yes. So Kitty's trash now. This green is the color of trash bags. Yep. That's what happens when you run with the bad guys. Don't know what color green Ash's hat usually is, so I'm just gonna make it a teal. Doesn't have to be accurate. And then some gray for the belt. I don't like the saturation on his shirt. What do I do? Would this fix it, or do I have to change the pink as well? It's better, it's better. I'll leave it like that for now. Alright, Fire Dog, you cool dude. Trying to be a cool dude. See what kind of colors look good on you. Something not gross, maybe? It's basically the same color as that. Maybe black? Can't go wrong with black, right? Maybe yellow for the these parts. Is this too much? It's a little much, but I kind of dig it. Just a plain white shirt, probably. Maybe black pants too. Keep it kind of subdued. I don't know why his shoes would be that color. I don't really know why he's wearing shoes at all, honestly. What if they're red? Yeah, I don't know. How about this? I have a male Liepard in black. His name is Cheetor. Nice. Named after the Maximal from Beast Wars, because I thought Liepard resembled a purple cheetah. I think I read that the joke with Liepard is that it actually is a cheetah, hence the lie in its name, because it's very lightly built like a cheetah and not sticky like a leopard. Stocky. Okay, I can see that. Yeah, it is. It does have quite a lithe body. Oops. I guess that's supposed to be white. Is he sitting on his shirt, or what color would the park bench be? Park bench. Oh, I forgot to finish lining the bench. Blech. Okay. And again, what color? Let's try a green park bench. A green park bench. Oops. And maybe I should have done that on a different layer. Just gonna select all of this so I can play around with the color. Maybe if it was less saturated. Am I just gonna make it a natural wood bench, no varnish? Is that what we're leaning towards? I think that's what I'm leaning towards. Yeah, let's do that. No color on this park bench. No siree. Let's throw in some... You know, actually, I kind of want Sir Francis's pants to be trash colored too. Or rather, cargo, like khaki sort of color, you know? A little bit yellow, greenish. That's what I see it as. And then let's just throw in a little bit of metal on these legs. And that's about it for the main characters. Let's just see if I can get away with coloring everything else something, maybe like a slate gray. And then, oh, the toes. Okay. So, what time of day should this be? Because that'll affect the sky. Now, if it was like some kind of sunset colored sky, you know, like this, maybe it would be seen through the chain link fence even, perhaps. Just maybe a little bit through there. And then, maybe some kind of gradient, so a little bit warmer at the top. Maybe a little bit whiter at the bottom. Perhaps then this color should be warm as well. Too much. Too much. Let me think. Do 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 do. There's a multiply layer. The darker side. Put in some shadow. Let's start to shade in the world. Just start with a direction. Let's just imagine all the light is coming from that direction and then shade in the world. Anything that wouldn't be directly. So like this whole side of the building, yeah. Maybe, because it's like, it's not directly coming from that side. That is where the brightest part of the image is, but like, technically the light's coming from above. Oh, July, your toes. I forgot your toes. Let's color in July's toes before I forget again. Toes, toes, toes. Forgot Sir Francis's toes earlier too. Okay, back to shadows. Like that. Maybe some of this will the Not in Shadow. It's been really nice being able to actually play through Pokemon Shield since I had to do it every week. I'm wondering if I should stream another game after this, just so I can like basically schedule in time to play. I don't know what time I would be able to technically schedule in. And the games that I want to play, like Hollow Knight, I'm like really bad at, so it would not be fun to watch. Oh, that is fire. Late afternoon. Yeah, especially with the staying at home thing, I probably have more time now than ever before. Can imagine myself backseat driving and getting angry nonstop watching you play something you're bad at. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I get like that sometimes watching people play games that I've played before. I get it hard with like Game Grumps. I like watching Game Grumps when it's a game that I haven't played, but like when it is a game I've played, especially if it's like a platformer, I can get real annoyed real fast. Issue with what I said though is that I never played Ori. Wait. Every time you describe people's clothes as trash colored, I listen. Coloring one layer makes you braver than any US Marine. Did I miss a whole bunch of... That's turquoise. That's a nice color for a park bench. The turquoise? The green? I can go back to green maybe if y'all like that better. Not super decided yet. I'm gonna see if I can get away with just 2 colors for everything. Just gonna go through and color everything in and see if it looks fine, or if I need to take it one step further. I hear loud chewing, but I don't see anyone. It's like, come out! If you're gonna make noise, at least come out so we can see you. I guess the inside of this would be dark, but then it's like reflecting the light. So would it be not dark? I don't know. I don't know. I think technically this would also... How far would this shadow go? Something like that? You should see me when I do digital painting. I just kind of go for it with just one layer. Because the way that the paintbrush that Clip comes with works is you have to be on the same layer in order for it to mix. Oh wait, you guys saw me paint the last Pokemon family. Yeah, it's like it's like whatever. Guess technically I can take this to full brightness because it's the sidewalk. I had a weird dream last night. It was like I was being punished for something, and the punishment was death, but the death sentence was like being thrown down a really deep pit, and at the bottom of the pit there's these like hungry bears, and they'll like eat you when you fall to the bottom if you're not already dead or whatever. But then I'm like, alright, man, I'll be fine. Me and those bears, we go way back. They like throw me down, and I'm just like hoping that the bears recognize me. But then it like turns out they were elephants. You know that like weird thing in dreams when you like, when you think something is one thing, but then it turns out it's another thing, but like you just roll with it because of course it is. It wasn't even like, oh, I thought these were bears. It's like, well, okay, they were always elephants. And then they one of them tried to attack me, and then kind of recognized me at the last minute and like pulled back, and I was like, phew, saved by the last minute. But I was still stuck down the pit with like these elephants. It was a strange night. I don't even know what I did to deserve being thrown down there. Putting elephants in a pit, I assume. I guess that would warrant being thrown down a pit. Like, technically, if I knew those elephants, then maybe I had a hand in why they were down there in the first place. And I felt sorry for them because their whole existence was basically just being down this pit. Okay, I do want to make the vending machine really bright. So let me color this whole thing in with white first. This is just my way of masking things out, really. And then maybe if I do a blur on it, Gaussian blur. It's not really doing anything, is it? Oh, you know what? I think I need to put it above the liner. Oh, that's not good. That won't work. That's about as good as we're gonna get on that effect. And then I think all I need to do now is shade the characters, and that's all I want to do on this. I could add some more colors, you know, in the background and stuff, but I don't know. I kind of like the background to sort of just be simple like this. I might put some light effect on the window here, you know, just to make it like shiny. I might color in the line art for the background, but I'm gonna leave this as it is because I just realized what time it is, and I didn't get to draw any Animal Crossing things, so let's do at least like 3, or however many you guys throw in the chat. Go ahead and give me some Pokemon that you would like to see me try and draw in an Animal Crossing style, and let's just see what happens, because I love the Animal Crossing style. It's a really cute style, but unfortunately the way it works, it's like it's very much tied into having a specific model. Once you start extrapolating from that, it stops being Animal Crossing and it just starts being like a cute anthropomorphic animal. That's not necessarily like specifically. Wheeler, I see your evil face. I know what you're gonna say. Yeah, I think you got a lot of coloring to do for the background. But no, I might just like leave it. Let me check out. Oops, what did I do? Let me check out the chat while you guys post a Pokemon. They threw me to the lions, they did. Except the lions are bears, except the bears were elephants. Sometimes I have dreams that predict my personal future. It gives me cases of deja vu. I hope that dream didn't predict a future. Did they call you Daniel by any chance? That's a joke based on the story from the Christian Bible, Daniel and the Lions. That was basically it. I was hoping to close the lions' mouths, or in this case, the raging elephants. Zigzagoon. Okay, so let me look up these Pokemon so I have less to think about in my brain. So, Animal Crossing characters do tend to have, like, spiky fur protrusions. As long as there's a hard line between where the body and the head is, they can get pretty furry. So I think for the Zigzagoon, a bit of ruffle there would be nice. And then, you know how the sheep has, like, ruffles on the body and then, like, a scarf? I think I'll have one like that for the Zigzagoon. And then the shirt. And then more fur on the bottom, I'd say, right? Zigzagoon has, like, layers all throughout. So one of my favorite villagers is Olaf. The anteater species in general, I guess. And my favorite part of the anteater species is their tails. They have these, like, lovely fluffy tails. Very, very cute. Okay. I saw a anteater Beanie Baby the other day. It was at a used bookstore, and it was one of the original kind of, like, classic Beanie Baby. And it was really cute. I really loved the shape of the body. But the tail was not fluffy. It was like some kind of weird, like, limb. It was just a smooth part of its body was, like, stretched out. So yeah, I didn't buy it. If not for the tail, I would have bought that Beanie Baby. I kind of imagine Zigzagoon is basically like a Tom Nook. I was talking to my friend, and we were lamenting the lack of actual raccoons in Animal Crossing as well. And I was saying how it would be fun if, like, there was an Animal Crossing NPC that was basically the, like a rival to Tom Nook. Like... Like, I can imagine an Animal Crossing villager looking, maybe like something close to Kix, you know, in terms of style, in terms of his like his personality or dress, and he would be gray with like, you know, pointier features. It'd be fun. Looks like it's wearing a dress. Like it's wearing a Weedle dress. Well, howdy there. The head shape is a little off, but let's just move on. What else did we have? I think I saw Patsurisu. Patsurisu would be easy because there's actual squirrels. I forget if they have round ears. I'm gonna give her round ears. I think that's what the squirrels have. I'll look up a Patsurisu. Patsurisu. I think she would have really big eyes. Since it's Patsurisu, I guess the ears need to be pointy. And then the stripes would be kind of like hair, I guess. I don't know why it's starting to look creepy. I think it's the weird shading I'm applying to it. You know, why not? Let's give her an axe. Cause like, why not? Do they still have axes in Animal Crossing? I think they like replaced it with some kind of weak axe. Though I assume if there's a weak axe, there's gotta be like an actual axe that you can obtain later in the game, right? Of course, the squirrel's tail. It's just like that. Except on Patsurisu, there's gonna be spikes. If you were an Animal Crossing villager, what would your species and your what's it called, personality be? My avatar is a wolf, but my spirit animal is a squirrel. But my boyfriend is an anteater, so what am I? Oh, cheeks. Okay. And then next. I suddenly want to, because I said, wow, howdy there, I want to give her a Weedle cowboy, cowgirl hat. I don't know why, but now she's a cowboy. With the cow jacket and everything. Okay. Pikachu. Machop. Meowth. Ooh, Meowth. So like, maybe eventually in the future I want to do like all of the cats in Animal Crossing style, but because the cats have, I think, my favorite head shape or something like that. I forget if there's a space in between, but gosh, it like goes up into a point. It's really nice. Of course, the problem with the actual Animal Crossing, like, you know, models is the texture of the face always wraps around the body a little, the head a little funny. You know what I mean? Anyone who's played the original game where you had to like draw a face for the faceless cat, will know you make the perfect looking face, and then they apply it to the head, and it like wraps around in this weird deformed way, and it never looks good. I don't know if they did that on purpose. The eyes have to be way bigger. This is Meowth we're talking about. But yeah, the cat body is really fun. I should do all of the cats. Maybe next week for the end game. And since I'm doing Meowth, I guess I have to do Pikachu. It's only fair. Oh, you know how, like, was it New Leaf? One of the games, I think it was like, I think it started with City Folk, but one of the games gave you emotions. Like you can do emotes. I wonder if they're gonna do any new ones for this new game. I mean, they've gotta at least bring back the old ones, but like... What if they like added a dab? Meowth would come with a rocket tea. And then... Okay, so... I think, even though Pikachu is a mouse, I'm gonna use the bunny. The rabbit base, cause, let's have Pikachu doing something rather than just standing. Let's do something more than just standing still. Let's have her fishing. Let's move her down here so I can actually, oops. Can animals wear clothes now? They can like wear hats now, right? Did they carry that over from the Pocket Camp? Because I know in Pocket Camp, animals can wear clothes now. They wear like hats and stuff and glasses, I think. Let's give Pikachu like a tiger stripe t-shirt. Though a tomato ketchup t-shirt would be perfect too. And I guess cheeks. Gotta have them cheeks. Oh, is Mouse here? Let me scroll back up. Getting late, I got work tomorrow. Good night, Watcher. Good luck with work tomorrow. Hoi, Mouse. Got both weak axe, regular axe ready. Ready for chaos. Hoi, they still have axes, but they are different grades. Peppy Fox. Ignoring the gender-locked personalities, I'd be a lazy squirrel. What is kind of game gender locks personalities? How does that make sense? I didn't realize they were gender locked. I guess it's like based on the design. It's weird. Wraps that way because it's basically impossible to optimize for every face someone could draw. Yeah, the personality thing is dumb. Yeah, it's my least favorite thing about Animal Crossing. Pretty sure animals have always worn clothes. I mean, like accessories, yeah. Mouse has been here. Okay, I just now noticed you, but always good to have you. Thanks for coming. I'm almost done. Just maybe one more. Let's do one more Pokemon. Pokemon Crossing. I want to do you know, the one I was thinking of was what if July was in Animal Crossing, because there actually is an alligator like model, but it looks rather silly. You know, I actually always forget about the chicken model. I always forget there's like a chicken villager. What's your favorite villager type? Like species? I like when the villager like model slightly breaks convention. Like, you know how you have the alligator, but then there's one that's a dragon and it kind of has to change the design, but only slightly. I like that it changes it slightly. Like, I think there's a koala, and it's basically just the bear. The small bear. But they gave it, like, fuzzy ears, so it's a koala. So I'd like to think if July was in Animal Crossing, they'd break the model a little to give her the spikes. She's gotta have her spikes. Alright. My favorite animals, all of them. Squirrels are adorable, the dogs, same as Tails, but add rabbits. Squirrels, penguins, Marshall, Peanut, Sprinkle, Cube of my heart. Oh, the horse with the unicorn, yeah. Cats and wolves because I'm basic. I actually never really liked the wolves because of the way the eyes are placed on the face. You know, Mudkip would make a really cute Animal Crossing villager. It's like perfect shape for it, and then just like put the body on. And of course, everyone loves evolutions. Man, I just want to see these Pokemon modeled in Animal Crossing games. there's something missing when you like draw an Animal Crossing character, because like I said before, it's a lot of the charm comes from seeing it modeled, because otherwise it's just the same body essentially. It's an apple. It's a what's it called? An Applin? LMAO. That's an Espeon. Oh my goodness, it's Cheddar. Alright, well, that was fun. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Sorry I couldn't actually finish the actual drawing, but I will finish it up and have it posted to the Patreon as soon as possible this month, and then next month I'll post it to my DeviantArt. Thank you all for watching. Sorry the rats didn't come out so we couldn't see them, but you know, they got stuff to do. They're busy fellas. And so are you guys. So I'm very grateful that you took time to join me this evening. And hopefully I will see you next week for another stream. I was about to say for another Doodle Date, but I'm not Doodle Date. I've been watching too much Doodle Date. Anyway, stay safe. Stay healthy, keep your noses clean. Have a good week, everyone. Bye-bye!